Well, the latest opinion polls show widespread opposition to a military attack on Syria, even in countries like Britain and the US. And protesters have taken to the streets to demonstrate against the threat of military action.
After the US and the UK threatened to attack Syria, British citizens gathered near Downing Street to protest.
I don't think there's such a thing as a limited strike. I think once it starts, there's going to be escalation of warfare. I don't think it's right that the people in Syria should have to hear even more attacks. It must be terrifying to live there.
An opinion poll shows more than half of British citizens oppose military action against Syria, while less than 20% support it. Thousands of Greeks gathered in front of the US Embassy in Athens to protest on Thursday. The Greek government said the US has not yet asked to use its military bases, unlike in the Libyan crisis when Greece agreed. Hundreds of protesters in Turkey also gathered outside the US consulate in Adana to voice their anger. Protesters accused the US of being a murderer and called for the country to get out of Syria. Turkey and Syria share a 900-kilometer border. Many Turkish protesters fear that if the West strikes Syria, it would bring disastrous results to Turkey.
The US is trying to play dirty games in Syria like it did before in Iran, Iraq, Egypt and Libya. This should be prevented. Therefore, people should raise their voices.
Meanwhile, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said Venezuela firmly opposes any military intervention in Syria by the US and its allies. Venezuelans gathered outside the Syrian embassy in their country to show their support. Robert Farr, CCTV.